All right, folks. It's 43.4 degrees and it's 5 till 7. And I'm just rolling out of Punch Bowl Shelter. So it was a good night. Did sleep pretty good again, which is always nice. A bit of a crew there last night. There was a group of like 4 or 5 folks from, I think they said they were from a church in North Carolina or something. But one of them was a pastor at the church, and he was going to be changing or moving or something like that. I wasn't really clear. But so this was kind of a, I guess kind of a sad going away, or yeah, maybe not sad, but a going away anyways. Sort of a last hurrah with some of his people. But that was cool. They're all super nice folks. And then there was Spring, who I mentioned in an earlier video. The young woman from Massachusetts. She's kind of buddied up with a couple of guys named Dream and Teacher. So those 3, I think they all stayed in the shelter itself. There's another woman who looked like she might just be out for a couple days or something. And I heard that there might be a couple more people in the shelter, but to be perfectly honest, I never went over to the shelter and explored. So, man, I sure hope that comes out in the video. That's pretty cool. There was every bit of red sky this morning. I didn't get a great vantage for the camera, unfortunately, but as the saying goes, red sky in morning, sailor take warning. I think we are indeed in for some rain today, which is part of what informed my decision to get up early. So I got all my breakfast and all packed up on trail before 7. Rain was supposed to come in. I think the forecast said something sort of strange, like rain mostly after 2 p.m. or something like that, which doesn't really tell me exactly when rain begins, but whatever. Looks like there's a campsite about 18 miles out, but I'm kind of like hoping I can make it there before 2. That's a bit ambitious, I think. What's that? 5, 7 hours, 7, yeah. Maybe a tiny touch ambitious, but not crazy. So we'll see how fast we can get over there, whether we're able to beat the rain, and then perhaps most importantly of all, I wasn't clear on whether that campground looked like it was going to be on flat ground or low ground or what. So we'll kind of have to play that by ear. Worst case scenario, we get wet. So been wet before, I'll be wet again. Not the end of the world. Anyways, I think I'm going to go ahead and get hiking on what is starting off anyways. Is a pretty beautiful day. So yeah, I'll see ya. It is 2:06 and about 46 degrees or so. Just made it over the balds of Coal Mountain, which was pretty neat. And yeah, now I think we got a bit of a ridge run or ramble sort of situation. The rain it kind of started for a second there. Well, longer than a second, long enough for me to decide anyways I should throw on my poncho, and then it's kind of lightened up just a little bit just now. So I thought I'd pull out the camera and say hello. I'm still not sure exactly what the day is going to look like. I think it's going to depend on how the body feels and how this rain moves. There is a spring with a campsite adjacent, about 0.3 miles off the AT in about 4.5 miles. So that's one option. There's also a shelter, I think it's called the Steely Woodruff shelter or something like that. Woolworth something, Steely something shelter. That's about a little over 8 miles ahead. So yeah, not too sure exactly what it's gonna look like, but figured I would check in because I probably won't get an opportunity if and once this rain picks up a little bit more. So yeah, I will check in with y'all later, hopefully. Depends what this rain does. Hopefully I'll check back later. Hey folks, it is 7:19 and 41 degrees, and I'm sure you can hear it is raining. It's been raining, golly, I don't know what, 4 or 5 hours or something at this point. Kind of back and forth. It hasn't been raining like super heavy at any point, but definitely pretty much been raining. I did make it to the Steely Woodruff shelter, which is fantastic. That's another 25-mile day, which is pretty good, something I'm pretty proud of. And it also, with the 25 yesterday, means I finally got my first 50 miles in 2 days. So that's pretty cool. Body feels all right. I definitely started feeling a little tired towards the end. So we're gonna see, I haven't looked at the map yet for tomorrow, but we'll see. I might come up with a plan that's a little lighter for tomorrow. We'll see how we go. I had mentioned Devil's Backbone as a stopping point tomorrow, or a place to visit at any rate, but it looks like they are far less hiker friendly this year than they have been in years past with COVID. So they're no longer doing shuttles, they're no longer doing a free breakfast, they're unsure whether their bathhouse is open. Yeah, so basically if you want, you can find your own way the 6 miles from the trail to Devil's Backbone, and then you can pitch your tent. And that's about where it begins and ends. So better than nothing, but not super enticing. So luckily I do think I have enough food to make it to Waynesboro is going to be the next town, and kind of the final stop before entering the Shenandoah National Park. So that should be pretty cool, because that's definitely my home park. But anyways, that's all getting way too ahead of myself. Today was 50 miles in 2 days. That's pretty great. Hiked in the rain some, so I didn't get a lot of filming done. I'm sorry about that, but you know, my clothing is in a big wet pile here beneath the frame of the camera. I won't bother you showing you all that, but hopefully, theoretically, according to the weather guessers, it's supposed to be dry by the time I'm waking up, a few hours before I wake up, so that'd be pretty great. Yeah, I think that's about all I got. It was a good day. Definitely a good day. There's 2 guys in the shelter who were just kind of doing like a 100-mile section. There's another couple, I'm not sure what kind of hike they were doing. And then there's Dream and Teacher who arrived. And they, I guess they're the third part of their little pseudo-tramily or something. I'm not sure exactly how tight they all are. But they've been hiking together that spring. And I think she was planning on taking a shorter day, so she probably stopped 10 or 15 miles back or something like that. But anyways, that's the roll call for the evening. I don't know if anyone else is going to wind up pulling into the shelter. It's getting a little late, so likely folks either jumped off trail or stopped short of here or whatever. But yeah, I said I was done. I'm done now. Good night.